Hello guys, welcome to my channel. For today's video I will be recommending 30 Isekai Reincarnation manga to read. So let's start the video. Free life of a leisurely otherworldly person. I'm not a hero, so I'll do whatever I want. The story is typical Isekai story and the main character is not that overpowered but has a reliable cheat skill. The art of this story is not that amazing but enough to enjoy reading. The reincarnated prince becomes an alchemist and brings prosperity to his country. This one is a isekai kingdom building type story. The main character is decent, but the story is not that appealing to me. I got a new skill every time I was exiled, and after 100 different worlds, I was unmatched. This one is hella interesting and looks promising to read. I really like the concept of the story, highly recommend this one to read. Sana Hiroki mo Isekai. It's a isekai comedic story. I think this one is not bad and not that good either. This manga is a story that you just read to enjoy and pass the time. That's not trying to be the best isekai story, but to entertain readers. I'm the only one with unfavorable skills. Isekai Summoning Rebellion. This one is highly recommended to read. I really enjoyed reading this, so if you like revenge isekai type story like me, then you will surely enjoy this manga. Isekai Mofumofu Cafe. A relaxing isekai story, which is good to read after reading a stressful story. Armik is a middle-aged man who wants to live a slow life in another world. I was banished to a desolate region because of the faulty attribute earth magic, so I'm going to put in my all to develop my territory. The plot of this manga is engaging for now and looks promising to read, and has well-developed characters. And the art is decent too. Water Magician. It's pretty adventurous story vibe. I really like the simplicity of the story, and the same time it's entertaining to read. Magic Maker. How to create magic in another world. Looks interesting and different from other isekai story. The manga is slow pace and have a good storyline. Choice of Error Hero. I love this manga. The story is pretty interesting and kinda unique, the characters are well written, and the art is quite impressive too. The Heroic Magician want to live leisurely. The main character is overpowered and has a kinda decent personality, but the story is not that appealing to me, but it's still a decent story for now I guess. That Incompetent is actually the world's strongest wizard. He was scorned as incompetent and kicked out of his aristocratic family, but his gift of reincarnation awakened and brought back the abilities of his previous life. Damn, what a title, right? It's like a description instead. Anyway, I like this manga. The main character is ridiculously overpowered, that I really love cause it look cool and badass, and the art looks modern, and I really love story like this where the main character is considered weak but actually strong. It's just a pleasure to see people who quickly look down others, regret their actions, so I highly recommend this one to read if you haven't read it yet. When I moved to another world, my dog became the strongest. When Silver Fenrir and I started living in another world. It's a fluffy story, and has a nice characters. The main character is normal but his pet, I mean companion, looks tough and cute at the same time. I got sent to another world, but it's in the mountains. In reaction, I choose comfort over strength. The protagonist personality in the story is likable. He doesn't rely on his cheat skill too much, and doesn't want to be involved in any problem of the new world he is in. Instead he wants to live a comfort life, which I like about this story. It's pretty calming and relaxing to read. I was sold at the lowest price in my class, however my personal parameter is the most powerful. It's a sci-fi story. I'm not really into this type of story, but it's pretty interesting, not gonna lie. It keeps me to read until I have no chapters to read. It's an action-packed story, with the balance of building relationships to other characters, and has a good character development. Sarariman no Fushigina Dungeon. Another promising story. The setting of this manga is dungeon game type story similar to Knockin' on the Dungeon Door, Dungeon Reset, and many more dungeon story. I hoping to get more chapters to read, to fully understand and judge the story, but for now my first impression to this is that it's not bad at all. The Eminence in Shadow of the Strongest 6-Year-Old Sage. A good and decent story, a interesting and entertaining read that is sure to appeal to fans of isekai genre. I love the story. I read this manga when I was bored, and it really worth my time. Mahu Tsukai no Oshigoto. Not bad. I'm not fan of drama, so I don't really appreciate the story that much. All I can say is it's a reverse isekai, with the hint of slice of life, that I don't hate or love. It's just I don't really into this kind of story. We have different preferences, so maybe you guys give it a try, and let me know what you think in the comments section. Tokyo Different World Estate. Another reverse isekai story. It's not an action story, it's more like a modern life fantasy story, and it is pretty fun and entertaining for me. Ihojin, Dungeon ni Moguru. A enjoyable and decent isekai story. It's action-packed, and adventurous with slight comedy story, and a badass main character. I was reincarnated on an island where the strongest species live, so I will enjoy a peaceful life on this island. Funny and entertainment to read. I find it kinda cringe though, when main character interact with the female characters, but it's not bad to read. Villager wants to save the villainess no matter what. Well, the main character is smart, he used his previous memories about the game, which help him a lot to survive to this world, and the side characters are also well developed, and the story is so engaging that makes me angry because I need more chapters to read. My death flags show no sign of ending. One of my favorite to read, highly recommend. Good plot and the main character in the story is well written. He has a nice personality, not so overpowered but uses his brain to find the best way to survive, and side characters also have a good development. Drawing. Psycho Mangaka wa Okaki Skill de Isekai Musou Suru. I like this manga, but sometimes there's a cringe moments, but overall it's entertaining to read, and the art is good, especially how they illustrated the female characters. The reincarnated swordsman with 9,999 strength wants to become a magician. The story is pretty nice, the main character is overpowered and badass, and it's giving me the Misfit of Demon King Academy vibe story, like where the main character reincarnated, have a loving parents, goes to school, has a big name in his previous life, and many more similarity. You will get what I mean once you read it, or am I the only one who thinks that? Listen to my lady's story, Villainous Conquest Record. I don't really understand yet the story, and the reason behind the main character behavior, and his personality, because I need more chapters to read, before fully judging it, but for now it looks promising to read. After School Labyrinth Adventurer, I'm now able to go back and forth between Japan and another world, and I'll work hard to level up. This one is good. The main character is a chill guy with overpowered skill, and the only thing he wants to do is explore the dungeon, and gain more XP. It's really fun to read. Until I, a fallen nobleman, was called the great sage with my failure skill, super jack of all trades. This one looks promising, but I guess you guys need to wait for this manga, to have more chapters before reading it, but my first impression is that it looks interesting. I used high-level medicine to counter magic. I love this manga, the art looks amazing, and the story is about a man in another world, a doctor. He used his skill to help the people and other species there, which I find it very enjoyable to read, but it's another manga you need to wait to have more chapters to really enjoy reading. Isekai Demo Bunin ni Ikatai Shokogen, adventurous comedic manga, where main character got transported to another world hoping to live safely. The main character is not overpowered, his main weapon in this world is only understanding about what is happening, or what situation he is in. Not bad story, it's actually pretty entertaining to read. And that's the end of the video, but before ending this video, for more recommendations and updates, then please check out my other social media platforms. Link is in the description, so I hope you find something to read there. And see you in my next video.